Welcome to Wild Battle, where the animal kingdom comes to life in epic clashes, fierce competitions, and wild hunts. And next, we have two giant male brown bears fighting for dominance during the mating season on the Alaska Peninsula. This battle can lead to serious or even fatal injuries, as the urge to mate is strong. The female brown bear prefers the most dominant males. The most important thing for it is to pass on the winning genes to the future offspring. Males can weigh up to 680 kilograms, which makes them the largest terrestrial predators on Earth. Though these predators seem clumsy, it's a well-known fact that a grizzly can outrun even a horse at a short distance. I never saw a clear winner in this fight. Snake versus white heron. I don't know what kind of snake it is, but it looks a lot like a viper. And after all, the little white heron is a pretty rare bird that happened to get bitten by a snake. It must have been hunting toads too. I'm sure the snake didn't attack first, but was just defending itself, for such a big bird was certainly out of its depth. Clawing its sharp fangs into the wing, the viper was not going to let the poor bird go. The white heron defended itself as best as it could, and even pecked the snake in the head, but there was little result. In the end, the heron managed to escape, or rather, it was just let go, after which it crawled to shore with a wounded wing. I don't think that it'll be able to survive, because it has received the full dose of deadly venom. Lions versus hyenas. Two of the most formidable forces on the vast African savanna live in families, which allows them to hunt the largest prey. Together, they manage to slaughter not only large antelope, but even the formidable buffalo. Their feud has lasted for thousands of years, but so far, neither side has managed to win. The reason is that lions and hyenas live in the same area, and they share a common food base. Interestingly, hyenas have significantly higher biting power than lions, and their teeth are stronger so that they can bite through any bone. As always, the battle is for food. It's clear that a one-on-one lion can defeat any hyena, but it's all about numbers, and against a hungry and nimble pack, even a few lions can't resist. Wolf versus elk. A resident accidentally noticed the battle and filmed it with a drone. Despite the obvious difference in size, the wolf suddenly appeared from the forest and attacked the elk standing in shallow water. A long fight ensued between the animals. The elk fought off wolf attacks and tried to hoof it, yet the predator managed to get close to the victim and claw at its leg. A couple of minutes later, the elk managed to get away and tried to leave, but the wolf kept up and ran after the intended victim. Eventually, the elk managed to get to deep water, where the tired predator did not dare go. Adult elk are hunted only in packs, so it is unclear what the wolf was hoping for in our case. Next is a slightly funny pigeon incident that took place in St. James Park in London, where the pelicans reside. One of the pelicans was starving and decided to eat a pigeon. Pelicans sometimes eat small birds, but they can even swallow a whole duck or a large fish. In our case, the meal was a success. The pigeon had almost no chance to get out. All of this was happening in front of a crowd of visitors who cheered the pigeon on in every way possible, yelling, "Get out!" But it never heeded their hints. One of the onlookers was 44-year-old photographer Paul, who captured the drama. According to him, after eating one pigeon, the pelican caught another and did the same to it. This fight looks very unusual and clumsy, but clashes between giraffes for leadership in the family group are very common. Giraffes fight through neck and head blows. The fight can last quite a long time, and sometimes there are even injuries, falls, and even a knockout. And also in the fight, giraffes never use prohibited blows, and only a real enemy who threatens its life can get a hoof. Due to its strength and size, as well as its aggressiveness, the rhino is not threatened by any predator during attacks in the wild, except humans. Depending on the species, the rhinoceros can have different sizes, but the largest is considered a white rhinoceros, which weighs from 2 to 3 tons. It remains a mystery what is the reason for the battle between this buffalo and the rhino. But the advantage is clearly on the side of the rhino, which could easily throw apart a dozen of these buffaloes. At the end, the buffaloes just scattered. When the little rabbit kittens were left alone, a rattlesnake instantly tried to devour them. Noticing this, the mother rabbit immediately launched an attack. It pulled the predator away from the nest, repeatedly kicked and shook the reptile with all its might, not giving it a chance to escape punishment. The buffalo kept the aggressive rhinoceros on edge for a long time, despite being slightly smaller. But one careless move led to being taken down by the opponent. There is hardly a more successful crocodile hunter in the world than the jaguar. It has become a true professional in this business. Therefore, no one has any doubts that it can handle any prey, and any crocodile too. A large elephant decided not to mess with a young rhino mom who was taking its baby out for a walk. At the sight of potential opponents, it simply backed away, clarifying that it was not going to start a conflict. Animals often choose the wrong opponents, and this fluffy creature clearly forgot about all the safety rules when it decided to engage with the snake. It spent a considerable amount of time observing the slithering creature, sniffing it, circling, trying to provoke it, and even attacking it several times. However, it didn't yield any results. The crocodile is undoubtedly a dangerous predator, but even for it, it's difficult to remain itself when a hungry pride of lionesses attacks it. These magnificent ladies work together seamlessly, and every movement is honed to perfection. So the toothy predator is not enviable. Its positions are clearly disadvantageous. Two lions engaged in a fierce battle. The males were ready to fight to the last drop of blood, until one of them suddenly decided to retreat and flee. Perhaps it didn't want to lose face in front of the fair lady. What do you think? The buffalo observed the lurking cat for a while, and then thought, what the heck, and charged. As a result, this venture proved not in vain, and the predator, limping on one leg, fled far away. When potential prey is very close to a crocodile, it acts on instincts and immediately grabs the victim with its powerful jaws and swallows it. As for larger prey, these reptiles often hunt them in packs. The snake slithered too close to the chicken and its offspring, swiftly launching an attack. However, the feathery mother was ready to defend its chicks, even at the cost of its own life. The ruffled bird found itself in the suffocating embrace of the opponent several times, but proved to be quite a formidable adversary. A family of elephants peacefully arrived at a watering hole, unaware of any danger, when suddenly, a huge Nile crocodile grabbed one of the elephant calves by its trunk. It is unknown how the confrontation ended, but one can imagine that if the head of the family were in the place of the little one, the toothy predator would have faced fierce retaliation. The elephant and the rhinoceros faced a major dilemma. Who would turn out to be stronger and more aggressive? The confrontation had already escalated into a real standoff, but suddenly the elephant stepped back, started crushing tree branches demonstratively, and then hurriedly left the bewildered opponent behind. The agile snake quickly snatched a tasty morsel, a frog from the water. Before satisfying its own hunger, it decided to give the frog a kind of aquatic amusement ride. Thank you for being a part of the Wild Battle community. To ensure you never miss an update on animal battles, intense rivalries, and thrilling hunts, subscribe now and share your thoughts in the comments.